Greetings, YouTubers. It's Big Jim, London Taxi International TX2 on a 2003 plate with 187,000 miles and still the same. Saying a very, very good afternoon to you. It's Saturday afternoon, very early January. Is it the 6th, 7th? I don't know. And it's been a while. That is a lie. It's been forever. And I've had a load of comments of people saying to me, Big J, where are you? What's going on? Are you still alive? Yeah, read all through the vlogs and you'll see. And I've answered every one as quick as I can. A very, very good afternoon to you. Yep, still alive. But not in the LTI, as you can see. Can you guess? Boys and girls, mums and dads, can you guess what vehicle James is driving today? Well, there's another vehicle added to the plethora, I use the word plethora of vehicles. I'll tell you what the vehicle is and see if you guess it by the end. You've probably got it actually by looking at the double section, although that is a custom jobby. Let's talk about taxis, LTI, TX2. Jim, do you still own the taxi? Yes, I do, and some people have even gone as far as checking on the DVLA database to see if it's still around. And yes, she is still around, but she's in what I commonly call dry storage at the moment. The reason being is that I now got this as a second car. You will remember that I did have a little smart car for a period of a year, and that got beyond economical repair, let's put it like that. I put a lot of miles on it, still working, and so that had to go by the wayside. And the cab is just basically sitting where it was, and it's been sitting for a while. And it's really, I mean, I'm going to need to buy a new battery for her as well. I'm just not running her because I'm running cheaper cars now. Cheaper cars that just run around and just do for everything for next to nothing. And the cab is just sitting on the at my house on the in the parking space. I'm keeping it sort of turned over and started and everything, so yep, it's still there and it's still going, but I haven't had a chance to get out. And if you remember, everyone, it was a year ago, I think, almost to the day, when I said to you, you know, we were talking about lockdown, just going into lockdown, and I went, we'll get out of this and we'll get out of this together. And then bit by bit, parts of our lives changed so much. For me, the cab, going out to meetings, meeting up with people, being a member of the London Vintage Taxi Association with all their meets that they had booked, and they had so many meets booked, cancelled, one after the other. And it got to the stage where there was no point in running the cab round. The cab is still clean, tidy, looked after. It's not under tarpaulin and it's not in a garage. It does need a bit of a wash down, but she's absolutely fine. When we eventually, I said this time last year, when we get out of this mess that we're in at the moment, the cab will be back out and we'll give her a polish up and a fresh MOT, and we'll have her back out on the road. Probably have to buy a new battery. I'm expecting that anyway, because it doesn't really go anywhere, and I'll end up getting a new battery and getting her back on the road, and you'll be seeing journeys with Poppy, the LTI 2, London Taxi International 2, with a tranny engine inside it. From my side, what's been going on, gang? Health wise, have you noticed no glasses? The eyes are, as far as I can see, back to normal now. I still get them monitored at least once a year, and the last time I went down there, they were really happy with them. The weather's not been really that bright, but I must admit, in very glaring bright conditions, the eyes still play up. And I've got the old sunglasses here that I will use. Work-wise, I've been working about every single day, so it's just exactly the same job, same role. We're still backwards and forwards, fleet of minibuses that we're keeping on the road for our drivers and PAs to pick up special needs children. So we are as busy as we've ever been. The only difference now is we do it with face masks, we do it with hand sanitizers, we do it with gloves, we do it with everything. It's almost like out of an ER in the back of some of our vehicles, emergency resuscitation room. It really is. It's hard work. Look, I know we've got nothing to complain about because we're here. I had my first jab in my arm last Wednesday. I was put down because of the role and the work that we do, and I must admit, any of you that are having sort of second thoughts and conspiracy theorists about, you know, what they're injecting you with, and it's I can honestly tell you that went in my arm. I didn't get a hot arm, I didn't get a headache, I didn't get an aching arm, I got absolutely nothing. It's affected me, and that was last Wednesday, and today is Saturday. You know, I've got another one coming up in about 10 weeks' time to complete it. It's not a problem, is it, you know? It doesn't really worry me whatsoever. Life is going on. Life is going on. Life is dragging on at the moment because I'm such an outward person, gang. I'm finding this really difficult now. We've been well over a year now doing this, and there's no real light at the end of the tunnel apart from, excuse me, oh dear, apart from the vaccinations. The vaccinations have gone in, so that should take the load off the NHS, which should allow us to return back to some normality, and already the R rate's gone down. I just hope that the injections keep the R rate down when the government take their foot off the gas again for the second time and say we can get back to some normal life. Because if the R rate starts to go back up again, and a predominantly large proportion of the population in the UK have had their injections, that only tells you one thing, that the injections, the vaccinations have not had the desired effect, and they're not working. And I hope that we never get to that, but let's see. I personally, gang, I don't know what's going to happen. Holiday wise, was meant to have a holiday last year in August, going to Tenerife. That was cancelled. Meant to be going to just off the coast of Africa, and its name completely misses me. Cape Verde, that's it. We're meant to be going Cape Verde April. That has now been cancelled and moved forward to Christmas, and that'll be 2 years in Christmas. Do you know what? I feel cheated. I feel bloody cheated. I'm one of these guys that will take a lot, and then I need to complain to someone and make my voice known, but in a professional way, but I've got no one to complain to. I've got no one that I can take this grievance to, other than that I've just lost 2 years of my life. I'm 2 years older, or I will be by the time it finishes. I'm 2 years older, and I've not been out enjoying myself for 2 years. Well, it will be as the year goes on. I'm a gregarious, open person. I miss going out. I miss just popping out just on the scheme of things and think, right, I'll just pop out and end up possibly for a beer somewhere, a drink, meet some friends, That's me, and I'm happy with that. You know, that I am happy with that in my life. I don't want nothing else, and that's all been culled, and I find that very, very difficult. Shopping now is completely different. As I look now, about to go shopping, and I don't want to move the camera because I haven't got a proper mount. You are between the steering wheel, and that's what that line is there. I apologise for that. It's just the only way I could do it. You've got the steering wheel there. There's a bloody queue at Tesco's, and it's probably about 4 dozen, 5 dozen, 50, 60 people waiting to go into stores. Masks, visors. And I'm sitting there talking to you, waiting for the queue to go down. It's having an effect on me now. I don't mind admitting up to it. And guys, I got nothing to complain about. I know I've got my health, and if you remember, I said to you, do you remember when I had that cough when I first started doing these vlogs? I think now, and in fact I definitely know now, I probably already had coronavirus when I was out all that Christmas and into the new year. That was last year. Oh, cough. No, it's not COVID. I've had the injection. Belt and braces approached me. If I've already had it, well, I'm having the injection as well. I'm just fed up, gang. I really am. There's so much. I'm a guy that doesn't watch very much telly either. I do like to have a scan around on YouTube, but I don't do much television. And I now realise why I don't do any television, because television is truly crap. I don't watch no BBC or ITV. I don't watch no live television, and it's got to the stage where, because I don't do all that, I've chucked in my TV licence, and they can come around and they can, I will invite them in, because it's not even connected to an aerial. I've got a smart TV, and it's connected to my Wi-Fi, and I use it for YouTube and Netflix, and that is it. And that is what I use my television for. I live in the past. Bangers for Cash up there on YouTube. Old cars. The time when people went to pubs and went out and socialised and had their dinner. That's what I watch now. Or if I'm sitting indoors, how sad is this? And I've been to Tesco's, Asda's, or other proprietary supermarkets are available, or normally Lidl's, and I pick up a beer that I've not had before. I sit down with the beer, with my bottle opener, and a lovely fresh clean glass. I put up on YouTube the review, and I pop. How sad is this? Why am I admitting up to this? And I pop the cap off, and the guy or the girl that's doing the review on the beer, I see if I can taste the same as them. And it's almost like having someone opposite me in the room that's sitting there, and we're talking about beer, which I enjoy talking about and I enjoy drinking. Now that is sad, isn't it? That's bloody sad. So yes, it is having a undesirable effect on me, gang. But I am still alive, and I'm still working, and I'm still going, and my plans are to get Poppy back out on the road again, possibly by the end of the year, depending on this COVID, what's happening with COVID and lockdown, or maybe next year, I don't know. If there's any questions that I haven't answered on the TX range and the old ex-London cab and owning one, please put your comments in. But what I would say to people is it's really strange. People obviously, they haven't even or can't be bothered to go all through the vlog. Within those vlogs, the amount of questions I get asked, someone will say to me, Jim, about the steering pump, or Jim, about the servicing, Jim, about the insurance, Jim, about the rust, all throughout all those vlogs, and each one is if you click on each individual vlog, it'll tell you primarily what we're going to be talking about. I've covered 99.9% of everything that anyone has ever wanted to know about these cabs, in private ownership, in social and domestic pleasure, or on a classic car insurance. It's within those vlogs. But, you know, don't stop communicating. I think the last time I looked, I think we're up to about 140, 150 subscribers now. A lot more to go before I start earning a living out of it. But we're getting there. It's climbing up. In fact, it's really strange that even though I haven't been doing the vlogs, I still get a steady stream of people, because YouTube lets you know that someone's coming up on the, you know, that's subscribed to you. So for those people, I really thank you. So, and the people that haven't done, bing, hit the subscribe button, scroll down on the little bell, light up the little bell, and you'll get every notification that I send down. There's not a really lot else I can tell you, ladies and gents, apart from the fact that I am missing life. I'm a lot more unhealthier than I used to be. I've put on weight, and I shouldn't really be putting on weight on my size anyway, but I'm not getting out about. I'm not doing boot fairs. I'm not mixing. I'm not wandering and walking and putting miles down under my feet, because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere legally that you can go anyway. You can exercise, yes, outside your house, but there's only so many times you can walk up and down like a penguin. You know, you can't drive too far to do stuff, and what can you do when you get there? So I'm not making excuses for myself, because I'm not. But what I'm saying is, it's when we come out of this, it's going to take me a little while to get back into fitness. I'm fortunate that I haven't got no blood pressure, because I take my blood pressure all the time. That's okay. My BMI is up. Well, I'm just a fat bloke, you know. I'm just fat bloke. That's up. Don't know what my cholesterol is. I try and keep away from fatty foods as much as possible. I do like my Mediterranean diet type foods. That's my favourite, and I do tend to stick to those. So hopefully my cholesterol level's not up that high. I don't know, personally, I mean, you know, what else is there for us? I mean, let me know in the comments. What else can we do? I've just noticed a big difference as well of people now. I don't know, just put it down in the comments below this vlog when I upload it. Have you noticed when you walk around supermarkets now, the different way that people are treating other people now? The way that you're looked at and scowled at because you dare to pass someone, or you're waiting back to let someone go, and then someone behind you wants to push their way through. One of my neighbours, listen to this, 2 or 3 days ago, one of my neighbours was getting something off the shelf in Tesco's. Now listen to this, getting something off the shelf in Tesco's, a woman in a trolley rammed him so hard in the groin that he had to go to the hospital. They have diagnosed the vas dermis in his penis has been buckled and twisted. He's going to have to go off for another ultrasound scan and possibly an operation. Because well, I've not looked at them, but he tells me his testicles are the size of coconuts. Because this woman was in such a rush to get past because she didn't want to get COVID and thought he was taking too long, so she just rammed him with the trolley in the groin. And he said to me he was stretching up at the time to get something off the top shelf, so he was stretched right out, and the corner of the trolley that she was pushing rammed it straight into his testicles. And now the poor guy's at home now. He's been given antibiotics because they say there's a possibility that he's got an infection, an internal infection, and he's been given some other strong pain-killing drugs as well. What is going on with the world? What's going on? I said, what did you say to her? And he said, I couldn't say anything. He said, because I was crying. I was in so much pain, and by the time I caught my breath, she'd gone. It was so painful for him that he couldn't complete his shopping and had to leave his basket. All he could do was to drag himself back to the car. Life during COVID, eh? And he's just come out about 3 weeks ago from COVID. Almost died. They were worried about him at one point and thought he'd have to have hospitalisation for COVID. They even gave him an oxygen meter for his fingers. They thought, rather than take him into hospital, they thought he was going to end up because his saturation levels were so low. But he got through it. Now that is life. As I look at you out the window now, I think, where are we? There's some guy talking into his watch, on his Apple Watch, and he can't hear a thing. He's got it turned up to maximum volume, and he's walking around the car park, talking into his watch, and he can't hear it. Jeez. The state of things to come, eh? Guys, I'm going to let you go. It's 21 minutes and 26 seconds of draw. This has just been to tell you that I am still alive, and all you people out there that are worried over me and say, hey, big guy, where you been? I'm still here. I mean, you tell me, do you still want me to continue with these inane drivel of vlogs if it's not about Poppy? And it's, I mean, what is the point? What is the point? What is the point? Well, if there's a point, I'll do it. Well, before I go, did you guess what this is? The vehicle. It's a, what is it? It's a, has that helped you? It's a Mini Cooper estate, a 1600 diesel that's been chili packed and Cooper customed with so much stuff stuck on the end of it that it's just a mass of buttons and controls in here, with sports modes and DSCs and something else off. Hang on a minute, something else off. I know what I need to go off. A off. A off. I don't know what A off is. I know what F off is, but I don't know what A off is. Look, I better let you go, but that's what this is. This is the latest acquisition, the run around. It's cheap. It's doing about 60 miles to the gallon, so that's about 100 miles for a tenner. That'll do me nicely. Look, guys and gals, I'll let you go now because I thought this queue would be going down now, and in fact it's got bloody longer. So me talking to my friends out there means I'm going to have to wait longer in the queue over here. I'm still alive. I'm still going. So for everyone that's around, Big Jim, TX2, mothballed but not going anywhere, with 176,000, is it, miles on the clock and not counting. Have a very safe and happy day today. We will come out of COVID. I truly believe we will. And when we do, we'll get back to some normality, and we can all start meeting up again and getting on and doing what we're doing. How does that sound? That's all I can say. That's all I can say, everyone. From a overcast south coast to you, wherever you may be, please keep safe. Please keep COVID safe as well. It's not a joke out there. I know friends now that have really suffered with it, and a couple of people fairly close to me have actually unfortunately lost their lives through it. So it's not a game. When you get offered the jab, take the jab. I'll let you go. Leave your comments below, and you know what we're going to say? We'll do it all again soon, because The ride in the back here is always free, and it doesn't have to be a London Taxi International TX2 with 186,000 miles on the clock. Look after yourself, guys and girls, and the big guy, Big Jim, signing you off, wishing you health. Be lucky.